Hello, and thank you so very much for joining me tonight. I go by Lune INNATE, and I'm very happy to be facilitating or conducting this Reiki session by proxy with some ASMR triggers, as always, or like I try to anyway. But this session is inspired by this kind of theme that I talked about recently on Instagram, first in stories, then I made a post about it. It's essentially, my intention here is to assist you with releasing or processing or coming to understand fear so that we can deal with it, to make empowered choices regarding things that we might find to be fear-inducing or that we feel in any way disadvantaged by or held in any place. If there's any kind of fear that's holding us in stagnation, as well as the confusing fear. And what I mean by this is let me grab my candle. But I'm very protective, like mama bear protective, of people who are finding their path. It's not like I'm trying to protect them so that they go the same way that I go. I want them to make the choice that's right for them, to understand themselves the most and come from that place. So when I see this like fear-based crap on my channel, like in the comments, like you need God or all this is devil's work, I'm just like, come on, really? Like that's where you're going with this? I get it. I'm not trying to understand that stuff any more than I need to. I do delete it. I do. I'm the first to admit I monitor my comments, not to silence people, but like this is a safe space and I feel responsible for holding it for you guys. And I'm gonna delete bullshit like that, But anyway, it's more about your truth not being imposed by someone else's fear or fear that you may have kind of taken on in some way, or it's like affecting you. So that's what we're going to work on tonight. I should mention that I have this really cool candle that I bought at the recent Holistic Expo. I feel like you guys might have seen it before. Excuse me. But I met this individual who crafted these candles when I bought 3 of them the day I met her, and then I bought another one later. I'm just gonna start with my matches to get started. But she's actually offered to host a giveaway for one of her intention candles. So I'm gonna leave her information below, and if you would like to enter, you can follow her on Instagram and like the post about the giveaway. It shouldn't be too far in there, and leave an emoji of like a scary face or something kind of funny, scary. It's going slower. Okay, these are really beautiful. They have these like rose petals, herbs, and there's a crystal at the bottom. Really cool intention candles. This one's for inspiration. We can start using the fire to begin to transmute, process, look a little into, shine a light into where our fears may have been based from and what we can do to work with them and understand them. When we're empowered, when we have knowledge, there's nothing to fear. Okay. Oh, silly me. So let's set our intention. Sorry. Alright. Excuse me. So, on behalf of my and your and everyone else's highest and greatest good, in perfect comfort and alignment, wish to conduct this relaxing Reiki session by proxy to soothe your energy, balance, of course, but specifically comprehend comprehend where this fear in our body, if we scan for it, if we can scan our energy field, where is my fear located? What is it about? Why do I have this? Let's validate it so we can move on. Okay? It's so cool looking. It's gonna melt and look even more cool. These are gorgeous. I have my copal incense. Okay. I'm going to start swirling this over your head. I know, like I always do, but I just really like it energetically to begin to connect with you and chat, cleanse your space. Fear kind of lives in the root if it's about safety, but a lot of fear just lives in our mind, and it's false fear, like unnecessary, unhelpful, because some fear is healthy, you know, let us know if we're in danger or we're gonna fall off a cliff or something, right? But the fear that lives in our mind is kind of imposed or through some kind of limitation, or someone else got into our mental plane. You know, we see this on the news, or with the news rather. We see this when people aren't happy with themselves and they kind of put it on us that we might not be able to achieve because maybe they didn't, or maybe they weren't able to be professional musicians, so they're going to tell everybody how impossible it is. You know what I mean? So I want to focus on the lower mind at this point first, which is your throat, or what I associate with the throat, and just focus on balancing, beginning to kind of send the smoke, purification, rustling it up, like to release this from our thought pattern, our consciousness, our external consciousness, our lower consciousness. I keep overdoing the incense a little. There we go. Oh, that's good. It didn't do anything. It was a fizzler. Anyway. Alright, let's focus on our lower minds, our pituitary gland, perhaps. I know this is not where the pituitary gland is, but it's kind of associated to the pituitary and the pineal with the higher mind in some studies. And let's think of cleansing this space. Kind of warming out what may have been imposed here by our families, by trolls, by cranky, unhappy people perhaps, or well-meaning ones. Alright. And the higher mind, to access the subconscious in the back of your mind, for what's been kind of taken as truth and put into place, what's been taken and, as real and crystallized in any way, so start breaking that up. Okay. I have the atmosphere spray from my previous video, the resist mist, to help us relieve fear again that is not serving. And I want to focus this again in these areas that I just talked about. The pineal and pituitary gland, the lower mind and the higher mind, the consciousness, the thought, and the part of the subconscious mind more associated with like a bus or an elephant or a truck or the major iceberg that's not really thinking for itself, just kind of taking on stuff. So let's focus on your throat. And the back of the head, kind of over here. Alright, and I'm going to spray my hands, okay? Focus again on your throat, almost like tangled, knotty hair, energetically, and combing it through and pulling out any bits that represent a fear that's been kind of playing around, that doesn't serve you at all in your conscious mind. Just combing through, smoothing it out. Okay, and then the back of the head. I'm focused on the pineal, but also the zeal chakra, the mouth of God, you could call it. Okay, and here. For the subconscious that may have been imposing into your subconscious, picked up from the external sources here, picked up and is now playing fear-based, perhaps, images in your mind. I want to relieve those. Anything that says you can't do it, anything that tries to accuse you of having some kind of ill moral, like you know what your morals are, you know what your intentions are, and that's what makes the balance of good and bad, right? Or when I talk about being prepared for a spiritual awakening or there's no risk over here, right? However, we have to have a maturity to face our own demons. You know, we don't have to fear them. They're a part of us, and it's okay. I've done some shit. I cheated on a couple boyfriends in my life. I was much younger. And now, that would never happen. because I can communicate. I'm an adult. If I was ever unfulfilled, I would talk to my partner about it and address it that way and take the higher road, let's say. What else have I done that makes me bad? We all have lots of stuff. But when it comes to fear, the other kind of component here to this session, it's not so much, how do I say it? It's just not worth taking on other people's shit. And that's what we're trying to release right now, okay? I had a cancer scare about 2 years ago. I had to have surgery. It was scary. I was scared. I was trying to suppress it, the fear, because I didn't even want to say it out loud. But my teacher actually helped me a lot, my teacher Joanne. And she told me, just validate it, cry it out, feel the fear and let it go. And I did. And she sent me some Reiki, bless her. She's an angel. And from that moment, I didn't feel afraid anymore. I really didn't. I can say that. I can attest to it. The validation and the processing of that fear really helped me. And it was funny. At the same time, my brother was going through cancer. So, it's a weird time in my family. So I have this bay laurel, which was actually a gift. And I actually got a nasty comment recently saying how it looks like I'm just showing gifts people send me. I buy plenty of stuff. Good Lord. You think YouTubers don't get stuff? Get back in your lane. I'm just going to spray this around. Sorry for my defensive tone there. And waft it in to begin to seal off those places where the fear has come, which has released from, to kind of, not cauterize, that sounds so bad, but to protect, to create this seal around us. To share with you guys. I used to be very afraid of death. Like really, really afraid of it. Not so much being gone, but like the process of dying. Like I was so, like I'd have nightmares about like, you know, like dying and being like, whoa. And wake up and be like, oh, damn, I gotta face that. But it wasn't until my mother was dying, you know, there's a blessing in everything, and I had to face my fear of death for the first time, like head on. And I shared this before, but I bought the Tibetan Book of the Dead and read that, and it really comforted me and assisted with getting me back on my spiritual path, you could say. So here I have blue Kyanite. It's a nice chubby guy, you could say. And this is excellent for just balancing your energy, stability, this place of like clarity. Very good just all around, and I really love the kind of foundational level that it gets me to. Like just a good place. kind of brushing this over you. Maybe I'll use the stone itself. If you want to allow, just kind of channeling it, allow the energy of the stone to balance you, to be transferred from me to you by proxy. Okay. Next I have Chrysocolla for the ability to validate your feelings, your fears, to communicate them perhaps to others if that's necessary. So I'm going to focus this on your throat and your heart, create this loop, this connection here. Then I have this piece I brought out a couple times recently, I believe. It's a rutilated smoky, quite grounding but light, you know, it has this like kind of high vibe. But I brought this out for this confidence in that you are connected to so much more than, you know, anything that would limit you, anything that would induce fear. They were so much bigger than that. To just honor you and connect you with those components of yourself that's like, I'm bigger than fear, dude. Get out of here, you know? So I'm going to just trace this around you. These waves of balancing, of connection and support from the cosmos, from the earth, from your spirit guides, from your tribe. I just feel like I'm like scooping it up and sending it to you. Okay. Then I have this stone sent to me from Andre, my friend Andre. I love it because it's shaped like an egg in a sense, and it has this like snake print on it. Like, what? It's, oh my god, one of my absolute favorite stones that I own. And I brought this out specifically for the wisdom that I feel from it, the rebirth, the place between the snakes even, you know, are very, the snake, the devil, you know, it's like, get the hell out of here. The snake is wisdom. It is much, much more than what it's been made out to be. I'll just put it that way. Do some research, you know, don't be afraid of your wisdom, of what you're called to. If you keep things for good purpose, they are, you know. So I just want to send this to you through this like wisdom. Do not be afraid or hold back, because that knowledge will set you free, you know. It is so true. So I'm just kind of focusing to call down and connect you to your innate wisdom, all of that awesome stuff that keeps us on track, if I'll put it that way. Okay? If you allow the wisdom of the higher realms, of the earth, of your ancestors to be assimilated within you. Okay. Then I have this wand. It's an indigo gabbro wand. And I've used it before for us, but again, this is kind of, I love, well, first I'll share that I love the stormy, clashing markings. I love how grounding this is. So just like before with the wisdom, but more so with divinity in general, to call this through you, to harmonize and empower you, and send it all the way down to the earth, to be received by you, or through you rather, forgive, and shared with others. When you release fear, you make waves for others to do the same. And last but not least, this stunning piece of amethyst that I purchased from Earthling360 on Instagram, E360. And I'm gonna comb this through you to assist with releasing any of those bits we talked about. Let go of fear. It's hindering, it's inhibiting, it's unnecessary. There's no reason for it here. Let your fear, or your emotions, I should say, be a guide. Don't doubt yourself and what you find to feel best or true. That's all I ever wish for you guys, is just to know yourselves and connect with that. I don't push anything on you, I never would. But I can only share my passions, right? Oh, wow. That was a loud slam. Okay. Alright. Hi. Just gonna set these up. I have these 2 selenite wands today. And I'm just gonna continue the session like this, alright? So, on behalf of my, your, and everyone's highest and greatest good, in perfect comfort and alignment, wish to conduct this session by proxy, utilizing these really awesome selenite wands to release fear from your emotional body, physical body, mental body, spirit body, astral body. Okay. Just combing through. And the reason I comb this down is because the earth is so good at processing this energy. Okay? Oh, sorry there. I'll fix that for you. Okay, just combing it down. Feel it rolling down your back, off your hands, sliding off your shoulders, or maybe from your mind, and you just start to get a sense of clarity, and knowing yourself, and confidence, and trust in your own ability to discern what's right for you. Okay. Feel it rolling off your legs, down your abdomen, just like, not honey, not that thick, but like a kind of gel or even sandy kind of feeling sometimes. release it even more. Right, let's comb off your back. Well, I hope you enjoyed this session. I'll fluff up your aura for you to keep that fear out, bouncing off. I'm sorry that it's a bit short. Well, I'm not sorry, but I actually have a session coming up, a class, in like 5 minutes, so I gotta wrap it up. But I hope you enjoy, and just know I'm just trying to make an effort to get some sessions out. Not everything will be perfect or suit everyone's taste, but I'm not trying to be perfect or suit everyone's taste all at once, you know? Do my thing, do my thing. Okay, great. Well, special thank you to those supporting this channel on Patreon, and as well as the teachings that I'm doing over there. I'm so honored to connect with you guys. I so appreciate your feedback from the last video, and I'm very excited for the next, which will be featuring or focusing primarily on the astral planes. I also have a retreat coming up. I'd be very excited to see some of you guys there. I know I am seeing some of you already, so that's super. I can't wait. For those supporting on Tingles and who have made contributions and who allow me to work with you or anything, like, I'm just so honored, and I so appreciate the support here to be able to make these videos for you guys, you know. It's a beautiful thing that we have here. It's a beautiful hub of like love and positivity and just sweetness, and I hope that that's what it comes across as to you guys as well, because that's my treasure, or that's how I'm treasuring it. And you know, so thank you so very much for letting me be even a tiny piece of your path today. I send you so much love and appreciation from the bottom of my heart, as always. Namaste.